René Anour studied veterinary medicine in Vienna, specializing in the emerging field of conservation medicine, which examines the interaction between animals and ecosystems. While working on his PhD, he conducted research in the field of pathophysiology, including a research stay at Harvard Medical School. We learn from animals how to treat pain without becoming addicted to it. We learn from animals how to lower blood pressure in patients with hypertension. His first non-fiction book, The Noah's Ark Principle, explains in an entertaining way how special adaptations of the animal world could defeat human diseases. The naked mole rat almost never gets cancer, and researchers around the world are trying to find out why. Neon Green Network presents René Anour.
Guten Abend.
Good evening. The animal kingdom, as you might have heard, has made me go wow whenever I take a walk and I see a little weasel, the smallest predator that we know, and it has just preyed upon a vole. Then it makes me wow. It's really amazing. But the animal kingdom can do much more than to make a nerd like me go wow. The animal kingdom, biodiversity in the animal kingdom harbors an extreme value for our health. And we have known it for quite a long time from plants, and biodiversity research has only recently become the focus of attention. And today I would like to present some selected examples of which I hope that you will find them interesting and that they will make you go wow. The first example are these two admittedly very cute animals, two alpacas. So they are part of the camel family, and in the blood of these animals something special was detected. A very small and lightweight form of antibodies. They are especially stable and can sustain temperature of up to 90 degrees, and they can bind starch. And what does that mean? As a matter of fact, conventional and big antibodies are one of the most important types of drugs that we have. We use them for against tumors, for example, and also against infections. And for all these diseases, we think that these lightweight antibodies in the blood of camels can act as a role model in order to reach even more efficiency, even more healing when it comes to these diseases. And this is not everything, and maybe they can also overcome the blood-brain barrier, offering opportunities for curing Alzheimer's disease in the future. And if you say, well, so this is all a long way off, then I would like to tell you, you are right. Research is still in its infancy, but the market of conventional antibodies is 130 million euros. So this is a representative of the American otter. Actually, the lancehead viper, an American student, found a substance that he used as a role model for hypotensive agents, the so-called ACE inhibitors, and they have been that successful that we can well assume that nowadays 10% of all those older than 55 years will get this medication in order to fight this insidious disease successfully. And I think also in this respect we should thank the lancehead viper. 5 billion of individual doses have been sold in Germany alone. Now I want to talk about an animal that you're all familiar with and what this animal eats and where it lives. You all know it, but maybe I have a little story that you are not familiar with. In the immune system of panda bears, very, very small defense peptides have been detected. And what can they achieve? So they bore into the walls of bacteria so that they die off. And what is especially interesting is that they bore into the cell walls of bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics and make them die. And these peptides were found also in snakes, and currently there is some research going on in order to see if these peptides could be used against infections. And only to show you how big this problem is, there are estimations saying that 1.2 million people die from infections by bacteria that are resistant to antibiotics. Thank you very much, dear panda bear. Now I would like to talk a very, very funny animal, the pufferfish. Most of you might have heard that pufferfish are highly poisonous. 1/1000th of a gram is enough to kill an adult human. Whoever came up with the idea to eat these animals, I think this is a very, very stupid idea, but this is just my personal opinion. But the venom of the pufferfish is not only lethal. In a very small doses, it can be very helpful when it comes to treating cancer patients suffering from pain where nothing else helps. Just fathom that for a moment. And this venom can be extremely helpful to such an extent that one injection is sufficient in order to alleviate patients' pain. 90% of all cancer patients in the course of their disease suffer from tumor-related pain. Let's talk about venoms. This is a bit eerie, so I think that this animal is very beautiful. It's a representative of the spider bird, and the poison of spiders and scorpions used to be a mystery for research because the amounts were that small that they couldn't not really be analyzed. And meanwhile, this is possible, technically speaking, and hundreds of biologically active substances have been found, and we do not know as of yet what they can do. And one of these molecules is just being researched in California, and researchers think that this molecule could be stronger than opioids and could not cause addiction. And of course, clinical experiments have to confirm this, but just imagine for how many people this could be important. 20% of humans suffer from chronic pain, unfortunately. And of course, we do not want to turn them into addicts. And now I want to present to you the most awesome animal that I can think of. And it's also the most beautiful animal, I think. So this is the naked mole rat. I think you heard a little bit about this animal in the introduction. So this animal is highly interesting because it doesn't age. It becomes 10 times as old as an animal of its size. And these animals, the oldest animals, defend their burrow. And this is absolutely great. And this is not all. So I feel like someone trying to sell something on a teleshopping channel. Naked mole rats hardly ever get cancer, and this is absolutely unique if you consider that this is a mammal, and researchers are in the process of finding out why. And on top of that, the naked mole rat doesn't feel any pain. It might feel a stimulus, but not pain. So what would this mean for us? If we were to resolve this riddle, if we maybe would have 20 million people annually without this harrowing diagnosis, and for which we could alleviate this physical pain. This is something which is invaluable. And now I would like to ask you, which animals are we to save now? Only the ones that are useful to us? The truth is, we have just started to unearth this big treasure of biodiversity. We do not know where the next big discovery will be. We only know it awaits us in all probability here or here. And in all probability not here and not here. Not at all. So we should really focus on grasping biodiversity in its entirety, also species that do not seem to be that useful. We should save them from becoming extinct. Protect what you love. Thank you very much.